Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day, happy weekend, Saturday, etc. We're going to take a quick peek here at Solana, just an update, very brief, just kind of getting up to par on where things are at here from yesterday. Truth is, not a whole heck of a lot has happened, so if you've tuned in, again, just to clarify if there's any major changes, we're fairly well range bound here. We want to talk a little bit about this ascending trend line and just generally speaking where we're at. It's not a phenomenal situation, but a lot of coins are kind of in this like weird transition where they're starting to squeeze out, and we may see a break to the upside or downside. A lot of times when you have this range bound activity that compresses over time, you do see an extension generally that goes towards the direction of liquidation. So let's talk about that. If you're new to the channel, thank you again so much for watching. Comment below, like, subscribe, and follow. Absolutely appreciate that. If you do want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is the site, link down below. 164 is that lower level there. We got a lot of liquidation there. So keep this in mind. The price could very well sweep the downside one more time for that low 160 range before it legs up. Now again, I'm not proposing that's exactly the case. There's nothing in the charts that tells us it's going to drop its bottom. But when the price stays in a range like it has so far for a couple of days or longer, then there's more likelihood of a breakout in either direction. Breakouts normally happen to the upside. We got to recognize that. It's more likely to go up just by default based on statistics. However, if we do look at this liquidation, there's a solid chance we could see one last little wick down there just to wreck any potential late longs here that are high leverage, and then the price just goes on its way. Okay, so keep in mind this low 160 range could very well be retested. Maybe consider some limit orders in that range just because that's a strong consideration for that. One other thing too that's extremely important here you got to recognize is this exclusive deposit bonus from Bitunix. They just rolled out with us June 1st to June 30th. You get some awesome futures bonuses. It works for anyone who's used my link in the past to register. So if you've already done so, feel free to take advantage of that. It's awesome. There's no limitations either, which is fantastic. So either way, if you're new to the channel or just in general, you've been watching for a while, check out Bitunix. I think you're going to love them. They're a phenomenal exchange. They've been really good to our community, and it's been our favorite for about 10 months now. We're coming up on a year's worth of using them consistently. So thank you again, Bitunix, for the awesome opportunities for our members. And we'll go ahead and discuss the daily time frame, work our way down. Quickly to summarize, we're testing the 20-day SMA as we speak here today. Not a great sign if we lose that. We're also potentially going to lose this ascending trend line. They run concurrent in a lot of ways as far as moving average is concerned, the 50 and the 20 specifically. So being below the 20 can shift that momentum. We could see the price pull back further. Granted, we're in a good support range right now, should be fine, but if volume does not increase soon, we're going to see the price continue to kind of bleed out and or go sideways. We can see that we are maintaining above 50 on the RSI, generally favorable. Money flow index coming down. This is a good sign. A lot of times when 50 on the RSI holds, money flow index will bounce off of 30, and we generally see the price continue higher from here. Okay, so again, this all depends on volume and which direction the price decides to squeeze. In a perfect world, the price comes down to low 160s, wipes out all those late longs, the high leverage longs, and goes straight up from there. That's probably what's going to happen because there's a thing referred to as like a power of three. There's a movement that you can see. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's in our education section here. Generally speaking, the price action will work itself into a range, come down to this lower accumulation phase, and then sweep all those previous late shorts. It's a very common thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that here soon. Either way, that's a possibility. We can see stochastic and MACD trying to converge here, so that's also favorable. So again, we have more signs here letting us know we have likelihood of the price action continuing higher. Again, the RSI, money flow index, and the stochastic here all combined together, that's a very, very strong consideration for the price going up. I just wouldn't be surprised if we see one last little manipulative wick before the price goes up. It's just a very par for the course considering how manipulated the market can be. Anyways, looking at the 4-hour time frame, to summarize, we're fairly bearish here in a sense because stochastic's getting closer to its top. We haven't made any moves yet, and RSI is under 50. I wouldn't take this too much into consideration, though, based on the fact that we have low volume throughout the weekend. Okay, so again, nothing's really screaming here that the price wants to break out in either direction, minus the liquidation levels to the downside. However, we got a pretty good macro still here for Solana. Hourly time frame is going to give us a lot of false positives. There's nothing really to trust here. So the truth is the macro is still looking good, and we got to give it a chance to be able to play out. So hypothetically, we don't break out here soon. We may continue to break down to that low 160 range. If we do see the price action, of course, this time tomorrow, moving a little bit higher, approaching that 0.618 fib level, maybe 170, we could expect the price to move further up. So we have a pretty strong resistance range at 171, which we've talked about here. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at there. I know it's maybe a little bit more long-winded than you hope for, but not every analysis is exact, or more specifically, it's not always an exact science. And you kind of got to always, go with the potential likelihood of whichever thing happening, right? At this point, it's hard to really determine because of the fact that we have this range-bound activity for so long. There's a strong likelihood we're going to see the price just emerge because either the bulls or the bears are just like tired of it and just they let it happen. Again, would make sense to see the price go like this and then like this, just to destroy a bunch of liquidation levels, and that's a very common thing in trading. So hope that makes sense. Thanks again so much for watching. Do me a favor, like the video, comment below if you haven't already. Join me on TikTok and or YouTube Shorts. I have those now available daily. And the same thing here, of course, with my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord if you're curious about that. Anyways, take advantage of this offer, folks. It's only available for this month, but it's specific for our community. So thanks again for the awesome feedback. Have yourself a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.